Hello, everybody, and Happy New Year! Welcome back to Pineal Gland Cystic Brain Tumor and Mental Health Awareness Campaign, now for 2018. Woo! First and foremost, I want to say a huge thank you to all my friends and my family and complete strangers for all of your support and your love throughout the holidays this season. I want to give a big shout out to everybody who has donated on my GoFundMe page. Thank you so much. This upcoming brain surgery that I'm having in Houston, Texas in May is being made possible because of people like you. Thank you. Today's video is actually all about my consultation that I had with Dr. Don Kim down in Houston, Texas at the Memorial Hermann Hospital. This seems to be the majority of questions that I've been getting from viewers and from friends, as well as family members wondering what I went through and what to expect in the future. So I live in northern Alberta, Canada, and I had to get down to Houston, Texas in November to go see Dr. Don Kim. That was probably the most expensive part of my visit, because unfortunately Dr. Don Kim's office has stopped doing Skype sessions. They used to do them, but Dr. Don Kim can't accurately assess a patient over the phone, over Skype, so his office did stop doing that. When they stopped doing it, I'm not sure, but that's what I was told. So you do have to physically travel down to Houston, Texas to see Dr. Don Kim. The consultation can last up to 3 hours. I was in there for about 3 hours, so that's pretty accurate. When I heard that, I was concerned because being a Canadian citizen going down to Houston, Texas, I do not have health insurance. So all expenses are out of pocket. I was concerned a 3-hour consultation would be very expensive. No, it wasn't. It was probably the least expensive part of my whole trip. It was $168.12 is what I paid for my consultation. And how the consultation went was very smooth. You walk into this big, beautiful building. It's a medical center, and it's gorgeous. And when you get up to the right floor, you walk into the reception. Everyone's smiling. Everyone's very nice. And there's actually chips and gummy bears and juice and water and coffee. So, and it's all free, so you can have it while you wait. It's a beautiful medical building. It's something you don't see in Canada. So it was it was an experience being able to see it down in the States. You then go into a waiting room, and a nurse comes in. She takes your vitals, asks you a few questions, jots down some notes, and then she leaves. And then you wait a little bit, and then the oncologist comes in, and you see the oncologist, and that's probably the longest part of the consultation. Because with the oncologist, we went over all of my medical history. And that's a lot. And then you go over all your MRIs and everything together. Then they run tests, physical exam. They do little tests to get you stand up and walk and touch your nose to your hand and things like that. And then he leaves and goes and speaks with Dr. Don Kim. Then Dr. Don Kim and him come back, as well as a couple other staff members. They talk. And then Dr. Don Kim tells you whether he thinks you're a viable candidate or not. And if you are considered a candidate for the surgery, he thinks that removing the brain tumor will get rid of your symptoms, or at least some of them, you will receive a pretty folder from Michener Neuroscience, Memorial Hermann Hospital, welcoming you, preparing you, giving you instructions on what to expect in your upcoming brain surgery. So in here, it's very sweet. You get a welcome letter from Dr. Don Kim, all written up, telling you and your family what to expect and if they can help in any way to let them know. I did really appreciate this letter. I very much enjoyed having a doctor speak to me and tell me that I wasn't crazy, and that he does believe this brain tumor is causing a problem. By removing it, he's actually seen results. And I got to see the results because in the room next door to me, when I was there for my consultation, a gentleman had just had his pineal gland cystic brain tumor removed by Dr. Don Kim 2 weeks earlier and was there for his follow-up and removal of stitches. So I got to speak with him and his wife, and he told me that only 2 weeks afterwards, sure, he obviously has a headache, but he said if this is how he felt every day for the rest of his life, he's already 100% better than when he went in for the surgery. That's amazing. So there's something to be said about the surgery. There's something to be said about Dr. Don Kim's work. As in this letter as well, he lays out the preoperative instructions. Keep in mind, when you book for surgery, you have to be there a couple days beforehand. You are asked to go to see the anesthesiologist 2 or 3 days before your surgery. You are also asked to go get some blood work done. And then they have you come into Dr. Don Kim's clinic for a preoperative appointment. And then they also give you a surgery date and what time to be there. They also go over stopping your medications, when to stop them before surgery, what to expect during your anesthesiologist visit, when to stop eating before surgery, and what to expect when you're in the hospital. When you go in for surgery, it says in here that your first night after surgery is spent in the intensive care unit. After that, you are moved into a regular hospital room as long as everything is okay, and then after that you are discharged. But keep in mind that you have to stay in Houston, Texas, or at least around the area, for 2 weeks in order for them to remove your sutures 2 weeks later. So that's also an expense to plan for and to budget for when getting ready to book a surgery date with Dr. Don Kim, whether you have insurance or not. To provide you guys with a basic breakdown on what I'll be paying for my upcoming neurosurgery at the Memorial Hermann Hospital in Houston, Texas this coming May, I did bring my estimate. I had to get a hold of a gentleman in the International Financial Counselor section at the Memorial Hermann Hospital. So keep that in mind. If you don't have insurance, you're from Canada or a different state that is not covering it, you're paying out of pocket, you do need to speak to a certain gentleman in the International Financial Counselor section in order to get your estimate total. Now, the estimate is very thorough. It goes over what you'll be paying for your neurosurgeon, his nurses, the anesthesiologist, the hospital room stay per day. It's very thorough, and I very much appreciated receiving such a detailed document. My estimate total for the surgery is approximately $80,000 US. When I exchange that into Canadian, it's approximately $110,000 for my surgery. Of course, everyone else's estimates will vary. It depends on your symptoms, your medical history, so it will probably not be the same as mine. As well, my estimate total does not include any complications that may arise while I'm in surgery or while I'm healing. So if any complications arise, those costs, that extended stay, extended time in surgery, all that will be over and above my estimate total. As well, keep in mind that your estimate total does have to be paid before you go into surgery. So it does have to be paid in advance. And everything else after, if you do have to have an extended stay, they say you can pay after you've obviously come out of surgery because they don't know until afterwards. All right, you guys. Well, that is my consultation with Dr. Kim. If you guys have any further questions, if I haven't answered anything, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them down below. I would love to talk to you guys. If I don't have the answer, I will do my research and I will look it up for you and I will try to find the answer for you. Please hit the like button down below, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I look forward to hearing from you guys soon. Take care. Happy New Year.